Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever met somebody who just had that energy? You know what I mean? Someone who walks into a room and suddenly everyone's paying attention? Not because they're loud, not because they're famous. They're just magnetic. Now imagine that person tells you she's a German heiress. She's building a cutting-edge art foundation in Manhattan. She's got meetings with billionaires, architects, and lawyers. She's staying in luxury hotels, tipping in $100 bills, and always dressed like she just stepped off a runway. Would you believe her? Would you be curious? Would you maybe, just maybe, get swept up in it? Because that's exactly what happened with Anna Delvey. Or, as the world would later learn, Anna Sorokin. Her story? It's wild. It's glamorous, it's messy, it's full of twists. But it's also a cautionary tale about trust, ambition, and the power of appearances. Today, we're not just talking headlines. We're going deeper. We're walking through the full arc, from her childhood in Russia to her rise in New York's elite circles, the infamous Morocco trip, the trial, and what came after. And don't worry, this isn't some dry documentary. Think of it like we're hanging out. You've got your coffee, I've got mine, and I'm telling you one of those stories where halfway through you lean in and go, wait, what? All right, buckle up. This one's a ride. So let's roll it back a little bit. Anna was born Anna Sorokin in 1991 in Russia, in a working class town just outside of Moscow. Her family was pretty normal. Her dad worked in trucking. Her mom ran a small convenience store. Definitely not private jets and trust funds. She was quiet as a kid, but smart, observant. She was always dreaming bigger. When she was a teenager, the family moved to Germany. It was a big shift. New language, new culture, new rules. Anna didn't quite fit in. She wasn't fluent in German at first and didn't love the small town vibe. But here's the thing. She was watching, studying. She started obsessing over fashion magazines, luxury brands, celebrity culture. She wasn't just admiring it, she was learning it. She briefly enrolled at Central St. Martin's in London, a prestigious fashion school, but didn't finish. Then she moved to Paris and landed an internship at Purple magazine. Now, Purple isn't your average glossy magazine. It's edgy, artsy, high fashion. And suddenly, Anna was in the middle of it. Designers, models, parties, the whole glamorous scene. And this is where Anna Sorokin becomes Anna Delvey. New name, new vibe, new story. She started introducing herself as Anna Delvey, a German heiress. No one questioned it. She dressed the part. She spoke with confidence. She had that cool, detached fashion world energy. She studied the elite world like a blueprint. Watched how people talked, dressed, and moved. She didn't just want to be a part of it. She wanted to own it. Now picture New York in the early 2010s. Instagram is blowing up. Everyone's curating their lives. Luxury isn't just about money anymore. It's about being seen. Anna slides right in. She shows up at the 11 Howard Hotel downtown. Trendy, artsy, full of creative types. She tips in $100 bills. She struts like she belongs. She talks about meetings, projects, and art. And people, they buy it. She's dressed in designer clothes, name-dropping galleries and investors. She's got this cool accent, this mysterious background. She's confident. And in New York, confidence is currency. She starts showing up at fashion parties, art openings, exclusive dinners. She's always on the guest list. Always in the right room. She tells people she's working on a massive project, the Anna Delvey Foundation. She's meeting with architects, lawyers, and investors. She's got blueprints, pitch decks, even a website. And here's the wild part. She's not just talking. She's doing. She's booking meetings with big banks. She's sitting down with real estate developers. She's pitching for multi-million-dollar loans. She's not just pretending to be rich. She's pretending to build something for the rich. And people believe her because she looks the part. She acts the part. Now, let's talk about the Anna Delvey Foundation. So picture this, a massive private club in Manhattan. Art galleries, installations, a restaurant, even luxury hotel-style suites for members. It wasn't just a gallery. It wasn't just a club. It was going to be the place where the richest and most powerful people in New York came together. Anna had a vision. She sold it beautifully. She had glossy blueprints. She dropped familiar names. She carried herself like she already belonged to that billionaire club. She met with Fortress Investment Group, a legit financial institution. She submitted documents claiming she had a trust fund worth 60 million euros. She hired a lawyer. She hired a PR firm. She even hired branding consultants. She was building an empire on paper. And here's the thing. Exclusivity made people lean in. She wasn't begging for attention. She was offering access. And in New York, that's everything. She told people she was working with Daniel Arsham, a well-known artist. She said she had backing from powerful European investors. She name-dropped the Rothschilds. And people believed her because Anna Delvey wasn't selling just a building. She was selling a dream. And people love buying into a dream. All right, let's talk about her friendships now. Anna wasn't a lone wolf. She made sure she was surrounded by people, fashion editors, photographers, writers. She was the glamorous friend, the one who always had connections and always had the hookups. She'd show up with gifts, offer to cover the bill, talk about her foundation. She made people feel like they were a part of something exclusive. And then there was Morocco. If you've heard even a little about Anna Delvey, chances are this is a story you know. So Anna invites a few friends, including Rachel Williams, who worked at Vanity Fair, to Morocco. We're talking luxury villa, private pool, staff waiting on them. For days, it's sunshine, wine, Instagram-worthy photos. Everyone's having the time of their lives. But then the bill comes. Anna's card doesn't go through. So Rachel, who, mind you, is not a millionaire, not an heiress, not sitting on endless cash, ends up covering the trip on her work credit card. $62,000. Can you even imagine that? Like, seriously, imagine opening your credit card statement and seeing $62,000. I think my soul would leave my body right there. Rachel later said she went into full-blown panic mode. Anna promised over and over, "Don't worry, I'll pay you back." But the money never came. And here's where things get really interesting. Up until then, Anna's stories about bank wires and family trusts, they kind of worked. They bought her time. They smoothed things over. But Rachel wasn't letting it go. She started talking, telling people what had happened, and suddenly Anna's perfect image started to crack. Whispers turned into questions. Friends began comparing notes, and the glossy picture of Anna Delvey, heiress, visionary, insider, started to look a little less polished. Now let's talk about the money, or the lack of it. Anna stayed at some of the most luxurious hotels in New York. 11 Howard, the Beekman, the W New York. She racked up thousands in charges. Room service, spa treatments, concierge tips. She lived like royalty, but she didn't pay. She'd give excuses. The wire's coming tomorrow. My father's office is handling it. There's a delay with the bank. And somehow people believed her. At 11 Howard, she became a fixture. Staff said she was light, stylish, always tipping in cash. She'd hang out in the lobby, take meetings, act like she owned the place. But behind the scenes, she was dodging bills. The hotel eventually locked her out of her room, but not before she owed over $30,000. And then there's the private jet. Anna booked a chartered flight to Omaha, Nebraska to attend the annual Berkshire Hathaway shareholders meeting. That's Warren Buffett's turf. It's a big deal. She convinced the jet company to fly her out without payment. She said her team would handle it. She dropped names. She acted like it was all taken care of. So they flew her out. But she never paid. And this wasn't a one-time thing. She did it again and again with hotels, restaurants, boutiques. She'd flash confidence, offer vague promises, and walk away. The psychology here, it's fascinating because Anna didn't just lie. She created a world. She made people feel like they were a part of something bigger, something glamorous, exclusive, and important. And when you're caught up in that world, you don't want to be the one who questions it. You don't want to be the buzzkill. You want to believe. Eventually, the cracks got too big to ignore. Rachel started talking. Hotels started pressing back. Friends compared notes. People realized the money wasn't coming. Anna's promises stopped working. The wires didn't arrive. The trust fund didn't exist. And then authorities got involved. In 2017, Anna was arrested outside a rehab facility in Malibu. She had checked in under a fake name, trying to lay low, but the jig was up. The New York District Attorney's Office had built a case. They charged her with multiple counts of grand larceny and theft of services. The illusion collapsed. And here's the thing. It didn't collapse all at once. It unraveled slowly, like a thread being pulled from a very expensive sweater. People who once vouched for her started backing away. Hotels filed complaints. Banks reviewed documents. Friends stopped returning calls. Anna Delvey, the glamorous heiress, was exposed as Anna Sorokin, the daughter of a Russian trucker. And yet, even in that moment, she didn't flinch. She kept her cool. She kept her story. She kept her brand. Because for Anna, the illusion wasn't just a scam. It was her reality. So now we're in 2019. Anna's arrested and facing trial in New York City. And let me tell you, it wasn't just a legal proceeding. It was a performance. Anna showed up to court dressed like she was headed to Fashion Week. Designer outfits, sleek hair, statement glasses. She even hired a stylist. Yes, a stylist, to curate her courtroom looks. At one point, she refused to enter the courtroom because she didn't like the outfit her lawyer brought. Court was delayed because Anna Delvey didn't do beige cardigans. The press ate it up. Every day, there were headlines about what she wore. Courtroom couture, the trial of the fake heiress. It was part trial, part fashion show. But behind the spectacle, the charges were serious. Grand larceny, theft of services, fraud. She was accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from hotels, banks, friends, and businesses. Her defense? She wasn't a criminal. She was just ambitious. She always intended to pay people back. She was chasing a dream, not running a scam. Her lawyer argued that Anna was simply playing the same game everyone else plays in New York. She just got caught. And here's the wild part. Some people believed her. Even now, there are people who say Anna was misunderstood, that she was brilliant, that she was just trying to build something extraordinary. But the jury didn't buy it. Anna was found guilty on multiple counts. She was sentenced to 4 to 12 years in prison. And yet, even as she was led away in handcuffs, she didn't lose that magnetic energy. She didn't cry. She didn't beg. She just stared straight ahead. Because for Anna, the courtroom wasn't just about justice. It was another stage. So what happened next? Anna served time at Rikers Island, then was transferred to Albion Correctional Facility. She was released in early 2021 for good behavior. But the story didn't end there. Netflix had already bought the rights to her life story. The show Inventing Anna was in production. And Anna, she got paid. Reports say she received around $320,000 from Netflix. Some of that money went towards restitution and legal fees, but still, she profited from the very story that put her behind bars. Then immigration custody. Anna's visa had expired. She was picked up by ICE and held in detention for months. Eventually, she was released, but placed under house arrest in New York. She's currently living in the East Village. She wears an ankle monitor. She's not allowed to leave her apartment, but here's the kicker. She's still hosting dinner parties. She invites artists, influencers, journalists. She's working on a podcast. She's active on social media. She's still building the brand. Anna Delvey is still out there. Still polarizing, still fascinating, and honestly, she's still magnetic. So why does this story stick with us? Why are we still talking about Anna Delvey? Because it's not just about one woman pretending to be rich. It's about us. It's about the world we live in. Anna's story is a mirror. It shows us how much we value image over substance, how easily we're seduced by confidence, style, and exclusivity. She didn't have money. She had presence. And in a world obsessed with appearances, sometimes that's enough. Social media plays a huge role here. We're all curating our lives. We're all projecting something. Anna just took it to the extreme. She created a persona. She sold a dream. And people bought it because they wanted to believe. So let me ask you, what would you do? If someone walked into your life, dressed like wealth, talked like power, and offered you a seat at a table, would you question it? Would you ask for proof? Or would you lean in and think, wow, I need to be a part of this before I miss out? Because Anna's story isn't just about deception. It's about aspiration. It's about belonging. It's about the lengths we'll go to feel important. And here's the truth. Anna didn't scam everyone. Some people saw through her. Some people said no. But a lot of people said yes. Because she made them feel special. She made them feel chosen. She made them feel like they were a part of something bigger. And that's power. Don't forget to follow, like, and share. It helps more people discover these stories and keeps the conversation going. Thanks for listening to Crime Time 911. Stay safe, stay curious, and remember to always trust your gut.